Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas here with Freddie Roach. At his gym, the Wild Card here in Hollywood, we're awaiting Manny Pacquiao for his media day, but you've been ingrained with him now for weeks over in the Philippines. How have you seen Manny being able to handle full-time boxer and full-time senator coming into this training camp with you?
He's handled very well. I mean, the first 2 weeks were the best weeks I've ever seen Manny. I was so impressed with him. He was really doing well. I mean, he was getting out of the Senate at 7 o'clock at night sometimes, and we were training about 3 hours every night. And his discipline and his dedication to boxing is still number one, and it's still what he does best. He has not lost a step yet. He still has speed, power. I know he hasn't knocked anyone out in a long time, and I think that has to do with his religious beliefs that he doesn't have to hurt people and so forth. But I think he's really realized that people want to see knockouts, and he's been sparring very aggressively. He's been beating me up on the mitts very aggressively, and I think even in the last fight was a little bit of the old Manny Pacquiao came out. In this fight, I expect a lot more of the old Manny Pacquiao to come out and knock his fighter out.
What's causing the aggressiveness to come out from your end? What are you seeing that's making him be like that?
Well, he knows to get the big fights that are out there, the biggest ones, you need to be impressive to win, and he knows he realized that finally that he has to be impressive to get the Mayweathers or whoever may be out there, right? There's there's only a couple guys out there right now that can deal with that, but we want them.
Looking at the schedule that he has, in the foreseeable future, you could see him then being able to juggle both, or are you seeing that it's something where you got to take it fight for fight basis based on his workload?
Well, we know his workload, and we know that he enjoys it, and he works hard, and he had no problem coming to the gym and working hard after a full day of work and so forth. I see no problem with it because that's what Manny Pacquiao has always done. He's always had a full plate. He's always been a very active fighter with a lot of full. But when he comes to the gym, when he walks through those doors, everything else goes away, and it's all boxing. And he's the most disciplined trained fighter I've ever had in my life.
Because I read some reports saying that you saw him be a little tired at the beginning of the camp, but now you're saying that he's been more aggressive. Why was he so tired? Was that because of the schedule, or was that just an accumulation of things? A
couple of days he were really hard because the Senate went really late until like 10 o'clock and so, but those things happen, but we got through it. I mean, we worked our ass off. I mean, he got a little tired and so forth, and he might be a little tired today. Jet lag, that 16-hour time difference and a long flight. I'm a little tired actually too. So I mean, right now we're not fully adjusted, but it's getting better and better every day.
I was going to ask you, how was it on you having to deal with that type of schedule, seeing that you're used to training guys? Well, Manny in the morning, and now you're having to switch things up and have really long nights and really early mornings.
There's only one fighter in the world that I'll wait for, and that's Manny Pacquiao. I've waited hours for him. I wait, 7 hours. Then he shows up, and we go to work. It doesn't. He's been such a big part of my life that I treat him better than any fighter I've had, and he treats me the same way. So whatever time he comes to the gym, like everyone says he's supposed to be here at 1 o'clock today. Maybe
or maybe not. Who never knows.
So it could be 3 o'clock.
It's like a box of surprises with Manny.
One thing about Manny, I tell his people, I say, okay, I call up, is Manny ready? No, he's sleeping. I said, okay, let him sleep. They said, well, you want us to wake him up? No, let him sleep. If he's tired and needs sleep, let him sleep. I said, because when he does wake up, he'll be fresh, he'll come to the gym, and we'll work our asses off. And that's Manny Pacquiao. I mean, that's been Manny Pacquiao for 15 years, though. I mean, nothing's really changed. I mean, he has a different job now. I mean, this is not singing or acting or something like that. This is senator. This is a really important job. And from senator, you do go to president, but it is a 6-year term. But He's and from what I hear, he's doing a real good job in the Senate also, and he's making some noise there. Yeah, I'm not a politician myself. I don't really follow politics that much, but I know him and the president get along pretty well, and he's a little controversial also, at least in America. But in the Philippines, I think it's more common over there.
You ever sing with him?
No, actually, but my favorite song that he sings is "Let It Be" by the Beatles. That was the first song he ever sang, so that's kind of like, I'll never forget that, because that was the hotel next door.
Looking at the future, it's safe to assume that he is going to fight again past this fight. Bob Arum has mentioned Terrence Crawford possible for April, but then he threw something out in left field and mentioned Gennady Golovkin. That's something that just kind of drum up interest, right? That you guys aren't serious about that.
Weight-wise, I don't think we have really settled on what weight the fight would be at and so forth. But Canelo Alvarez is definitely a possibility. I mean, I would like to fight that fight. I think that's a very good...
Big though, Freddie.
Yeah, but the thing
huge.
Well, the thing is that I have to put a cap on how much he can gain after the weigh-in. That would be the key to that fight, to restrict him from going and gaining 30 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, because that wouldn't be 30-pound weight advantage isn't like a fair fight. So I mean, we would have to make a weight that we agreed on. That would be fine. But the cap on it there would be a cap on the weight, and I would love to fight him. I mean, I know he's a big ticket seller and so forth, and he's a tough guy, and I think he's getting better and better as he goes on, but I still think Manny Pacquiao will kick his ass.
In terms of a fight with Terrence, do you see it being a fight in regards style-wise close to the Mayweather fight in terms of difficulty facing an opponent like that?
Yeah, Terrence is a good runner when he wants to be. He really can move. I mean, he has great legs, and we'd have to keep up with him and cut the ring off and set traps and so forth. It would be like fighting maybe a young Mayweather. I think Terrence does have good power, though. I mean, he does have knockout power. He does have heavy hands. I mean, he's hit. I watched a lot of tape on him. When he hits people, they know about it. So he is I think, a better puncher than most people out there. I think a lot of people don't realize how hard he does hit. But the thing is, in between when he runs and so forth and gets away and he has great legs and stuff like that, but when he does punch very hard, and it's something we would have to deal with. It'd be a difficult fight, I know.
On an ending note, everybody keeps saying, in terms of the camp, sparring partners, training partners of Manny, it's going to end in a knockout. They feel Manny's going to knock out Jessie. Do you feel that way, and why?
Well, the way he looked in sparring, I said, Manny, if you fight like that, you will knock this guy out. And I love the way that he was sparring in training camp. He really was aggressive and quite explosive, like the old Manny Pacquiao kind of back in the day. I mean, but can we carry that over to the fight and keep him focused? I think it looks really good. And he had a bad day one day. I said, Manny, why'd you have a bad day today? I said, you looked great yesterday. And it was, he was a little bit tired and so forth. And I said, I'm going to call a psychiatrist and wonder why you have good days and bad days and so forth. And I'm the psychiatrist, so it's up to me to get his mind on fighting the right fight. If I can get him there, he will knock this guy out, yes.
What do you tell him to get him there?
Just explain to him, how. Do you remember how great you were and how people just treat you? And now it's a little bit different. And again, everything's a little slower. Everything's a little bit more passive about your style and so forth. But I think I can get to him just that people want knockouts in boxing. This is part of the sport. This is the best part of boxing. I mean, when someone knocks somebody out like with a sensational knockout punch, it makes everything better. The thing is, and the fan base really likes that. I mean, let's face it. Do you go to a fight to win a decision, or do you go to a fight to win by knockout? You want to go by knockout because that's what everyone in the world wants. And getting that across to him, it's getting there. Yeah.
It's getting there. All right, Freddie, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Great seeing you. Freddie Roach, of course, will be in the corner of Manny Pacquiao, who looks to become the first active senator to be a world champion coming up November 5th in Las Vegas.